Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we are currently working on cleaning up some of this territory over here. Now, I believe that most of these are truce to us, correct? Not correct. Okay, what claims does this guy have? Right, he claims this duchy, but this is territory we already hold? Like, I'm not sure what this would actually do. He would... Oh, she holds the duchy title, but it's not hers de jure, isn't it? Yeah, that's what it is. So he would just get the title. That's not actually interesting. So we'll not do that. This is just a single county. That's not great either. Now, we are working on getting ourselves some claims over this way. And I do want to check here. We're not actually working right now. We should be, though. So I want to work on making claims over this way. We know that we have claims here and here. What is this? Defending against this duchess in a de jure war. Okay, so we can go ahead and press our claim here on both of these. And that'll be absolutely fine. We're not going to need any more than our men-at-arms here. So they'll show up in the eventual times. And once they do, they'll take these over very quickly. We had a hook expire. That's kind of rude. We can vassalize this guy. Where are you? Really? Okay, we can vassalize this guy. Done. Who else can we vassalize? Anybody? I mean, we can transfer this count over. That'll help our situation a bit. We can also do some contract modification, and that's something I'm interested in doing. We're more interested at this point in levies than we are in cash. We have so much cash. Like, I'm not concerned about cash in the slightest. So we'll move feudal levies on up. Cool. We can also lawfully imprison this guy, and our hook on this guy will be done soon. We can actually demand him to convert with the hook, and yeah, we will absolutely do that. So that's fine. And he does, of course, convert. Okay. We're not going to wait on the last remaining, like, one night or whatever that was going to be. We're just going to head on in. And that's perfect. So we're going to have this taken over fairly soon. Unless you're willing to be vassalized. No, that's not going to happen. Okay, what about you? What's your opinion? She's upset because we declared war. 16 reasons. Opinion might be able to get 16 reasons here. If we give her 150 gold, that'll be 118 opinion. And yes. Okay, that's worth it for 150 gold. I like it. So she's vassalized. Cool. We're now above our vassal limit. That's not surprising. What's your opinion on vassalization? With a religious exemption, minus 51... Yeah, I think that's pretty unlikely. But what about some of these guys up over here? This guy's tribal, so we don't really have too much we can work with there. A lot of these are tribal, and so that's not really going to be a thing. Yeah, and it's because they're tribal. This guy, potentially, 31 reasons, but he's already at 55. I don't think we bridge that gap, necessarily. Yeah, not going to happen. And not going to happen. Okay. Just wanted to do my due diligence there. For some reason, that's very difficult to say all of a sudden. Okay, we're going to head on in over here. That is, of course, one of our wars won. And we will enforce our demands. Perfect. And we'll grant this on out. We are over our vassal limit, but we'll deal with that after the war. Cool. So all of this area is now cleaned up. And we're making fantastic strides over here. Cool. This claim is almost done. In fact, it is done right now. Ooh, we get an unpressed claim on the entire duchy. Yes. So that gives us a claim on everything we need here. So now we're going to start working on this guy. So we're going to need to start working on claims there. I want to check. Yeah, the duchy would be good here as well. We'll see if we get that. What are the actual odds of that happening? We can probably see from here. It just says possible side effects based on skill. Okay, well, it probably won't happen. We shouldn't expect it to happen. So this war is now over. We will enforce those demands, and we have to disband our troops at this point, but we will grant this out to a noble of the Armenian culture. And this territory can honestly just go into this kingdom here. So we're going to grant these vassals on over. There we go. And, if we were to send you a gift, that'd be 82 opinion. 51% chance on a conversion. I like it. Okay, and then who else can we potentially transfer over? Yeah, that's just fine. Okay, so that solves that problem. We can actually vassalize this guy now. Sure, we will happily do that. On low feudal obligations, yeah, that's fine. So that territory is now under our control as well. And of course, we're above our vassal limit again. We could just move... Let's see, these are principalities. Awkward Kingdom is awkward. We'll move this guy into Thrace, and I'm also going to move this guy into Thrace. There we go. We do have a new lifestyle perk available, and we can now use Forced Vassalization. So with Forced Vassalization, I think that we no longer need Fabricate Claim. So we want to not fabricate a claim here. We'll pull him back, and we'll just have him work on religious relations. That's fine. So if we were to declare on this lady, then, we can do a Forced Vassalization CB, and that is fantastic. We'll go ahead and do so, and she has 2,600 troops, so we should be able to just raise our men-at-arms and head on in. Okay. She wants a hook. I guess that's okay. There's an independence faction brewing here. Can we do anything with any of these guys? We can just negotiate with this guy. That should do. So that'll solve that for the moment. Excellent. I'm going to raise up a couple of extra levy troops here. We need around 2,000. And that's because I want to have a actual siege force. So that'll be fine. They'll head on in, and then we'll go fight their actual army. We'll gain some faith here. We're not maxed out on our piety, so this will be okay. And we will, of course, grab our trebuchets as well as the levy troops. This will do. These guys will head up over here. And we'll get a siege commander. Here. Perfect. Okay, this faction has returned. I'm not surprised by this. Only 8.5%. Okay, what can we do here? We have a daughter. This would do. Okay. Alliance has indeed been formed. And we'll head in and attack their capital. Actually, the war is over. Fantastic. We'll enforce those demands and disband our troops. Wonderful. Okay, so we forced vassalization on her. Forced vassalization is such a good CP. Like, it is so, so good. So at this point, we can press our claim here, or... That costs 150. So pressing our claim is actually cheaper here. We'll go ahead and do that. And that'll be this entire area cleaned up. That's excellent. That went very quickly indeed. We'll go ahead and raise our men-at-arms, and are we going to need more than that? Probably not. I'll raise up another 2k, though. Okay, and then these will head directly into the capital. And this will be fine. She'll be in the capital because she is underage. She cannot be leading the army. And they're just going to siege in Lublin? Okay, if that's what they want to do, it's not going to do very well for them, but sure. This faction is still being annoying. We can continue to bring people out of it. Can we negotiate with this guy? No. There might be someone else in here that we can negotiate with, and we should check that. We may also have to fight these guys. I don't necessarily think that we have to fight them, but we may want to fight them. Let's see what we've got here. A whole lot of nothing is the answer. Okay. Well, one thing we can do is we can just send this guy some cash. That'll max out his opinion of us, and he may willingly leave the faction. So we'll go ahead and do that. 65% war score? Okay, we're just going to walk up over here. Pressed Rose and Worn Language Manual were destroyed. We actually had those equipped, didn't we? Maybe a different one. Learning Lifestyle Experience? Actually, this is pretty good. We're going to go ahead and repair this for 150 gold, and we'll equip that. And this is also decent. Sure, we can equip that too. Okay. We don't have any good antiquarians, but that's fine. We are absolutely going to beat them in this siege, and I do expect that this siege will end the war, which was why I chose to go this route. It's actually only 84. Okay, well, we'll walk around over here. 52 days. We should get there in time. And then we can walk up over here if we need to, but I don't think we'll need to. There we go. War is complete. And we'll enforce those demands and disband our troops. And of course, these territories will need to be handed out. So we'll grant that to a nobleman. And this guy should also be given the principality title. 2 vassals go with, and we just hand that off anywhere. Well, yeah, we could hand them into this kingdom or this kingdom. Either would be okay. I think we're going to do this one. He gets 40 opinion of us, and we will try to convert him. 75% chance. Go ahead and do that. Excellent. Blessed be Ahura Mazda. And it looks like that guy did, in fact, leave that faction. So that's great. That's not a problem anymore. Now we need to clean up this. But now that we have forced subjugation... He holds too many counties to be forcefully vassalized. So that's not going to be a thing for this particular guy. However, we could do ducal conquests, or we could try to press some of these claims. Who's got a good one? Does anyone have a claim on his overall title? It'd be awfully convenient if they did. The answer is no. We could seize this duchy. That's only a single county. Okay. For the time being, we will return to fabricating claims over here. That'll be fine. What about this guy? Can we forced vassalize this guy? He has too many as well. We could do a holy war for his duchy, though, and that would get us 2 counties. That would get us 2 counties. This would get us a lot more. So we'd go for this, and maybe after that, we'd be able to forced vassalize him. We'll see. So we'll go ahead and do that. This is not exactly a huge war, but we'll raise up a few troops over here. We'll raise up our men-at-arms, and we'll raise up some levy troops. We'll raise up around 4,000 levy troops this time. This'll do. That's actually 5,000. And we're going to wait on our men-at-arms here. Okay. He saw our troops and decided he didn't like this situation. I can't say as I blame him. We're going to split off our trebuchets and a couple of units of levies. They will head up over here and begin a siege, and they'll get a siege commander as usual. We will head on over this direction and see if we can catch his army. Now, we are going to take some pretty hefty casualties over here as we walk through, but we'll still win this handily. We're going to siege his capital next. And we stack wiped him. So we will split in half, and we will slow siege 2 locations here. This may well end when we take his capital. We'll see. Yep, it did indeed. Perfect. So enforce those demands and disband our troops. This territory, of course, comes to us because we used a Holy War CB. So we'll need to grant all this out, and that will go to these various people. Perfect. And we are wildly over our vassal limit now. So we'll, of course, need to also grant the duchy, which we'll grant to this guy. We don't have the duchy? Okay. Well, we'll make the duchy. There we go. And this guy gets it. 4 vassals go with, and we need to grant him out as well. So we'll give him to this guy. There we go. Cool. Now, if we weren't truced with this guy, would we be able to forced vassalize him? No, he still holds too many counties. But we can forced vassalize these guys over here. So that's absolutely great. I think we'll start up here. Actually, this is just a single county, right? A forced vassalization, that only costs 80 prestige. Okay, sure. I wouldn't mind declaring war on this guy as well. What about this lady? Yeah, we can force vassalize her as well. So we'll do like 3 at a time, I think. That'll be fine. 3 wars at a time should be plenty. So we'll go ahead and raise up some men-at-arms here, as well as some levy troops, naturally. Def diplomacy, our truce with the Duchess ended. I don't think that matters, though. So they're on their way over here, and were we too brave? Maybe. We'll see. Yes, the answer is yes. We were a little greedy here. We'll need to retreat as soon as we can, which is now. Where are we going to retreat to? I got a little greedy there, for sure. And we're retreating up over here? Okay, sure. So we're going to drop our rally point here. Our men-at-arms will raise here, and we're going to raise a few more levy troops. Okay. How many levy troops are we going to want here? I'm going to go for 5k. That'll do. And our men-at-arms will arrive soon, and these forces are going to retreat up to here as well. Our men-at-arms have indeed arrived, so we're going to head down over here and see about doing some combat here. Perfect. And we died. Okay. Someone murdered us. I mean, that's been happening a lot. We've been getting murdered a whole lot. We're okay. This is fine. We do need to change off of the Magadan Empire being our primary title. It keeps wanting to do that, but we're going to make the Bizarro Ottomans title be our primary title. Perfect. Now we're 3 above our domain limit. We have no lifestyle focus. We should definitely go on to domain focus right now. That puts us to 15 of 12. And let's check in on our wife situation here. She's not great, but we can have her manage domain as well. We're going to need a new chancellor, and that will, of course, be this queen. A new steward, and these guys are very good at it. So that'll do. A new marshal, of course, and a new spy master as well. Okay, and we're going to need to hand out a couple of castle titles here, I think. We'll let this update. We'll see how that goes. We, of course, do have a dangerous faction. This is unsurprising. Oh, these wars all ended. Right. They would be inconclusive because we no longer have the ability to declare that particular type of war on them. We can do holy wars. It's not the end of the world. That death was a little awkward for sure. Let's see what our domain limit ends up looking like. And we're going to have some potential factionalism here as well. We'll let that update too. Okay. Can we negotiate with any of these? Because a lot of our alliances would have gone away. We can negotiate with this guy. That's great. Any others? Factionalism will continue to be a thing for a while. Nothing really showing up here. Yeah, not a lot there, but we are able to pull one guy out of that faction. Okay. Marvelous news. We will go ahead and hand this out, as well as this castle. Both of those can get handed out. We're being raided. At the moment, I'm not too concerned about that. Okay. Dynasty head changes. We'll show this guy in. Accept your generous gifts. We're negative in cash right now, and that's a little bit exciting, for sure. We can bump up our men-at-arms, actually. I didn't realize that, but we definitely can. All of these can get an additional size, so we'll go ahead and do so. They will, of course, take a bit to reinforce, and I want to check in on all of this. That looks good. We have a Royal Court event available. We'll gain some court grandeur there. I'm a little concerned about our cash levels. I probably should have gone onto wealth focus instead of domain, but I didn't realize that we would be negative in cash. Yeah, it's a little awkward, but we'll get that swapped over eventually. Our royal court should be fine in terms of court artifacts as well. Yes. Okay, so we need to deal with this independence faction. What can we do with King Hagop here? Well, he has a daughter that we could betroth to our father. This is a little awkward, but sure. There you go. We'll get him out of that independence faction. Perfect. Now, of course, that's not going to make the independence faction go away. No doubt about that. I do think that we should hop into our court grandeur and turn down all of our amenities one step. We are going to drop below our expected court grandeur level, but this will put us back in the positive in cash. And we can always grab, like, Avaricious, Hairgeld, War Profiteer, It Is My Domain, all of that stuff. That'll be fine. Are we okay on the Independence faction front now? It looks like we are. So I think we can come back over this way and start thinking about going to war for these guys again. Now, we'll have to use Holy Wars. And to that end, before we declare it, we should certainly give our mother a sky burial. Rest in peace, mother. We should also go on a pilgrimage. We'll prepare for the journey, and we'll go on a very long pilgrimage. It is time to depart. And then, while we're on the pilgrimage, we can declare this war for county. There we go. And there's also this war over here that we would like to declare for duchy. And then we can go after Zetsu as well. There we go. It's not as good as it would have been, but it'll be fine. I want to go into the military tab here, and this time I'm going to be less greedy. There we go. Yes, enemy allies will join these wars. This is fully expected. A dedicated pilgrim, huh? What would that get us? 10% monthly piety? Done. This is plenty of troops. Did I do a duchy level CB on these guys when it's a single county? I think I did. If so, that was a mistake, but sure. It's not a huge deal. We could gain foreign guards, or we could just gain divine protection. And that'll give us more piety. So that's what we'll do. Excellent. And hopefully people won't be looking to murder us this time. I mean, we've been murdered a lot. Like, a lot of our previous rulers were murdered. Our parent here died under mysterious circumstances at age 45. Her father died from his wounds. Okay, fair enough. Died of old age. Okay, maybe it hasn't been that much. Died of typhus. Yeah, okay, sure. So we'll eliminate this army. No problem there. And we will take this location. It is good to be home. We are home from our pilgrimage now. And we will head on over this way. What are you hiding? Show me at once. Okay, we ruined her surprise. We would have gained some gold. I don't really care that much about the gold, though. We're doing fine on gold now. So we, of course, need to grant this out. That may put us over our vassal limit. It does. That's unsurprising. This war is now over, and we're going to head up over this way. But before we do, I am going to split off some forces here. About like so. And we'll put in a siege commander, as we normally do. And they will head over this way. We're going to head over this way as well, but that'll just be what we do here. So enforce those demands and grant out those titles. There we go. More of this territory is becoming ours. Are we still actually fabricating claims over here? We actually lost all of our claims because we died. Yeah, that would be a thing. Okay. Well, we can continue to work on that. We'll head on into this capital here, and then these guys will pursue onward from there, whereas the siege force will stay here. We're actually going to catch them up here. That's a huge deal. Okay, this war should be done very quickly. 97% from that. And war is over. Fantastic. We'll enforce those demands and disband our troops. We will, of course, need to hand out these titles, and we'll also need to deal with our vassal limit situation. That is a job, however, for next episode. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. I will see you all next time.